Ambassador Marcus Webb stood before the Galactic Council, his hands clasped behind his back as 200 species watched from their floating platforms. The chamber stretched upward into darkness, a cathedral of alien architecture that had witnessed 10,000 years of peaceful discourse. "We have shown restraint," Marcus said, his voice amplified across the vast space. "For 3 decades, we have endured the Krev Dominion's attacks on our outer colonies. We have lost 17,000 civilians. We have followed every protocol, filed every grievance, waited for this council to act." The Krev ambassador, a crystalline being that refracted light into rainbow patterns, pulsed with what the translators interpreted as contempt. "The humans overreact to simple territorial disputes. Their settlements encroach on traditional Krev expansion zones." Marcus's jaw tightened. "We are giving you one final warning. We have been holding back. You mistake our patience for weakness. If the council will not act, we will." The chamber erupted in chittering, buzzing, and harmonic protests. High Chancellor Varix, an ancient being resembling a floating jellyfish, raised a tentacle for silence. "Ambassador Webb, threats have no place in these halls. The council will deliberate. You will wait." Marcus nodded slowly. "We have waited long enough. But we will give you 1 more month. After that, the human race stops holding back." Dr. Sarah Mitchell, Earth's military liaison, paced the strategy room aboard the orbital station above Geneva. Holographic displays showed the 17 attacked colonies, each one a scar on humanity's brief stellar history. "The council won't act," said Admiral James Reynolds, his weathered face grim. 30 years of watching, and I can tell you, they're afraid of the Krev. The Dominion controls a quarter of known space." Sarah stopped pacing. "Then they should be more afraid of us." "Are we really doing this?" asked Colonel David Park, the youngest person in the room. "Going against the entire galactic order?" Sarah turned to face the War Council. "We told them we were holding back. They didn't listen. They don't understand what humanity is capable of when we stop playing nice." She activated a different display. "Project Prometheus is ready. Project Titan is ready. And Project Reaper." She paused. "Project Reaper has been ready for 15 years. Admiral Reynolds stood. 1 month, they said. "The Krev will attack again in 3 weeks. They always do." "Then we'll be ready," Sarah replied. The colony on New Providence never saw it coming. The Krev warships materialized from hyperspace at dawn, their weapons already charging. Governor Rebecca Torres had just enough time to sound the evacuation alarm before the first bombardment began. In the bunkers beneath the capital city, 5,000 colonists huddled together. Rebecca watched the feed from surface cameras as Krev soldiers descended, their powered armor gleaming in the firelight of burning homes. "This is New Providence," she broadcast on all emergency channels. "We are under attack. The Krev have breached the settlement. If anyone can hear this." The transmission cut as a Krev particle beam destroyed the communications array. 93 light-years away, in the Geneva Orbital Command Center, every alarm screamed at once. Sarah Mitchell's face went pale as the reports flooded in. "New Providence is dark. We're detecting Krev fleet signatures." Admiral Reynolds stood from his chair. "The month isn't up." "No," Sarah said quietly. "It isn't." She looked at the Admiral, and something cold and final passed between them. "Give the order." Reynolds took a breath. "Activate all Prometheus sites. Launch Titan fleet. And wake up the Reapers." "Aye, sir," came the chorus of responses. Across human space, on 40 hidden moons and asteroids, weapon systems that had been dormant for decades hummed to life. The Krev Dominion's core fleet was celebrating their latest victory when the human ships arrived. They didn't come from hyperspace. They didn't announce themselves. They simply appeared, as if they'd always been there, waiting in the dark. Krev Fleet Commander Zeknor barely had time to register the sensor readings. 300 human vessels, each one larger than anything in the Dominion's arsenal. The hull designs were wrong. Too aggressive, too sharp, covered in weapons systems that no diplomatic vessel would ever carry. "This is Captain Jennifer Marshall of the UFCS Retribution," the transmission began. "You were warned. Your time for diplomacy has expired." The human fleet opened fire. Prometheus missiles, each one carrying antimatter warheads, crossed the distance in seconds. Krev shields, considered impenetrable by galactic standards, simply ceased to exist. Ships that had terrorized a quarter of the galaxy for centuries were vaporized before they could return fire. The Titan-class dreadnoughts moved through the Krev formation like sharks through a school of fish. Their rail guns fired tungsten rods at relativistic speeds, punching through multiple ships with single shots. But it was the Reapers that truly horrified the Dominion. Sleek, black vessels that seemed to bend light around themselves, they moved with impossible agility. Each one carried a crew of 50, humans who had trained their entire lives for this moment. They boarded Krev command ships, their powered armor making them look like demons from ancient mythology. Commander Zeknor watched his flagship's bulkheads tear open. Human soldiers poured through, their weapons precise and devastating. In 17 minutes, the pride of the Krev Dominion was reduced to floating debris. When the Galactic Council reconvened, there was no debate. No deliberation. High Chancellor Varix played the recording that every species had received. Ambassador Marcus Webb appeared on the hologram, standing on the bridge of the Retribution. Behind him, through the viewport, the wreckage of the Krev home fleet drifted in silence. "For 30 years, we held back," Marcus said. "We believed in diplomacy. We believed in the Council. We were wrong." He stepped closer to the camera. "Humanity is no longer asking for permission. The Krev Dominion has surrendered unconditionally. Their colonies will be freed. Their victims will have justice." He paused, and something fierce burned in his eyes. "To every species watching this, we came to the stars in peace. We wanted to be your friends, your partners. But we are also capable of war, real war, the kind that humanity perfected over 10,000 years of fighting ourselves. We didn't want to bring that to the galaxy. But you left us no choice." The transmission ended. In the council chamber, 200 species sat in absolute silence. They had learned, too late, what humans meant by holding back. The age of human restraint was over. The reckoning had begun.